All right, so I don't want this to go viral until like maybe a few years from now. Like the way YouTube just randomly, how does it start here? The way YouTube just randomly like recommends you like something from like 3, 4, 5 years ago in the recommended list. I want it to be like that because this will age better years down the line. So let's start. So someone called Peace Wolf on Twitter, who's a furry, says, "Happy to be able to finally say that of yesterday, I am now a legally divorced woman. Here's my story. See the thread for the fifth page. There is 5 pages of this entire person's relationship and the marriage and divorce with long drawn text, 5 pages long, with art, with drawings of two furries. And one of them seems to be wearing a fedora. This is undescribable. This is like new levels. And this person's not ironic. This is not a joke. This is real. And we're going to read the entire thing. All right? This is the entire thing. And I originally wanted to do a live thing, but I think it's funnier to just record it as is and then just put it out there because I don't want to like be interrupted by chat. And this is just follow along. The fox hen is Lily. I got my drink here. Hello, my name is Nicole, aka Peace Wolf. I am an artist and con chair within the furry fandom. In the age of the internet, a lie gets halfway around the world before the truth gets a chance to put his pants on. That thing is a quote from like Winston Churchill, but that was before the internet, but okay, whatever. That's a good quote, but whatever. It's not like we were like wondering what the truth is between two fur fags, but okay. Now that I find myself and ex-husband Foxglove are legally divorced, I feel that the time has come for me to share my side of the story, to allow myself a voice, and be heard after almost a year of gossip and rumors. Yeah, these are the Kardashians of furry. Why our relationship soured and ultimately failed. How the relationship started. I found myself in my very first online relationship at the age of 17. Ooh, 17. Okay. That's not too bad here in New York, but that's still kind of bad. I had no identity to call my own and did not feel fulfilled in regards to the love and attention I was getting from my parents growing up. That explains a lot. This void I was feeling compounded over the years. Desperate, I rushed into a relationship with the first person that gave me attention I craved. After 3 years of mostly online dating, I married in 2017 at the age of 21. 3 years. Okay. At the 21, 17. What happened in that year? Because you married in, you say 3 years of online, mostly online, so it might have been some IRL stuff as well. Okay. I learned that Fox had a mold for the perfect wife planned out before we met, and did everything in his power to groom me into it. I doubt that. I bet this guy was just going with the flow and found a cute girl online. And he must have been young as well, I assume. Um, and you kind of like, this happens in all relationships, and you kind of like morph your way into becoming what the other person wants in order to make them happy. I don't think men are not this manipulative creatures. We're not that smart, and we're not conniving. Okay, I want to say we're stupid, but we're not conniving like women. We're very like go with the flow. That doesn't mean we're retarded. There's a lot of high IQ men, obviously, but when it comes to this kind of relationship stuff, we're the ones that tend to like go with the flow and kind of like just um whatever the missus says has to be done if you want to be happy. With a happy wife, happy life meme. Um, the whole like, oh, we're this whole meme of, oh, we're trying to like groom this person to be the perfect one. Ain't nobody got time for that. Um, but hell, I mean, this person might still be a creep in different ways, and we'll see. Um, he had a fictional relationship with an illustrated woman named Lily who was always pregnant, birthing children for him. Bro was probably just horny, bro. He was drawing art, and he wanted a family, so he kind of like, again, further, these people are sick, and they project their sickness and their art and stuff like that, but I'm assuming in this person's sicko mind, he wanted to have children, so he will draw, you know, his fictitious woman having children because that's what he wants. Uh, all of which he already been named. Okay, does not work. Is subordinate and unquestioning. Oh, this guy wants a trad wife. Lily became my new pet name, and deviations from the fiction were quickly scolded. I realized that I was not loved for who I was, but was conditional based on the role I could play in a fantasy. Okay. I thought it was just solely just like the fantasy stuff. I think this person might have legit um wanted you to become his trad wife, his furry trad wife. Um, Anytime I'll gauge an interest for myself, drawing, playing music, or interest crafting, instead of the things his Lily will be doing, he'll get upset and complain. If I spend time with friends that do not play into his fiction, he will complain. Feeling stifled, I began to shut down emotionally just to lessen the guilt and shame of falling short of his vision. Oh no, this is... There was whispers... Okay, this guy... This is like void behavior right now. The manipulative, like, oh... Yeah, this is weird. I mean, it is a male thing to... I want to say the controlling thing, but like the... Oh, this woman's having too much fun without me. That kind of like obsessive stuff. That does happen. Um, but I don't blame the furry artist for drawing fantasies and stuff, and of what he wants in a woman. You know, many male artists do that, but once he starts to getting into the real life, like he gets the girl, and the girl starts developing hobbies that don't involve him, and he gets upset. That is a sign of narcissism. Yeah. There were whispers from concerned friends and family over the years, people telling me that the fox was not good for me. I was too naive to ever listen. And then now they just didn't understand, and they were judging Fox unfairly. The truth is, they saw him for what he really was, a narcissist preying on inexperience of a sheltered girl. Despite the loving front he would put in public, behind closed doors I was nothing more than a groomed trophy wife. All affections such as kissing stopped abruptly with marriage, which is where the fetish just came out. I thought he was into the kissing stuff. Oh god. Oh, this is like, oh, this is vor shit. This is weird. I mean, this one's wholesome. This image here, just reading to the with the fan, but this one's weird. Like the way the pregnant furry is. This guy, look, I think this guy legit just wanted to try to wife. You know, he's young, she's young. He found a girl online, he found love, whatever, and wanted to have a family. That's like a normal instinct. And drew art of like whole what he perceives as what he like some version of like normalcy. But where it starts to get weird is when he starts chastising this woman for having hobbies that don't involve him. Because I mean, some women do that to men. When men start developing hobbies, and these obsessive women start chastising their men for that, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just weird all around. That is a red flag. 3 days before Free Fur All July 2022, the convention, which I am at the con chair, I received multiple leaked screenshots anonymously from concerned staff that Fox, my husband at the time, was fooling around and planned to have sex with another female member of staff who was one of my close friends, who also happened to be a roommate that year for the hotel. Oh, that's you invited. Okay, you invited this random woman to be in a hotel with your husband, unless it's in the separate hotel room, that is inappropriate. You should not let, you know, another woman in your hotel room with your husband. Even if nothing happens, it's not right. They should be in a different hotel room. Um, because even if nothing happens, people do spread rumors. Yeah, that's, you know. The sex scene dated back for months, including explicit photos and detailed descriptions of what they planned to get up at the convention, with the girl doing it all behind my back while I was running it. So this friend is also in on this stuff. They're know that this person is married and they're still having sex with their friend's husband. Um, so their friend is also a scumbag. While utterly devastated, I started to work and be professional for the critical launching year. I briefly asked Fox if he was doing anything I should know about with the other woman, and he said no, not knowing I had been sent the receipts. I then showed him the evidence, and only at that point he did confess to what he had done. I requested that he not be in the hotel room alone with this woman at any point during the convention, to which he promised he wouldn't, and I ended up catching them in the room together by themselves at least once during the convention. This was not the first time Fox had done things of a sexual nature of other people, discovering several messages a year prior with other people. When confronting him then, he told me it was my fault for not satisfying his sexual needs, and have been falling short. But then again, she said that he wouldn't kiss her and stuff, so maybe he's the one that's not affectionate. Fox would not move or open his eyes during sex. I like to participate in a sexual role plays of pregnant Lily, but the fact that he could not do so successfully in real life led him to resent me. Our sex life ultimately settled on pegging him with a strap on once a month to help him disassociate. The woman he decided to cheat on was married and had children of her own, satisfying his fetishes more than I could. I mean, shit, man. Did he want to do it missionary style and stuff? Or, like, what's the... How is his friends be able to, like, okay, the fetish can't be that difficult if her friends are able to, like, satisfy him. I triggered a full-on panic attack. Oh, the trademark panic attack. I could hardly breathe, crying for hours, or resolved to shove my feelings down as far as humanly possible for the sake of being able to run free for all. And that's what I did, to the best of my abilities, and then tell single soul what was going on and try to put on a front of stability, all while crumbling on the inside. Only a couple of attendees had the relationship experience to see I was in serious pain, primarily Jason Effects and Cap Scorner attendees and new friends I was slowly developing online at the time. I had not the opportunity to spend any time with them during the convention as they were busy, but I did get to see them during the after party, and they were very supportive, friendly, and helped pack up the con despite not being on staff. I really needed friends I could trust and talk to, so I invited them to stay in town one more day before they drove home, where I confided all this news to them. Who knew that furries were out here having, like, wives, mistresses, and, like, weird... Okay, the weird sex stuff I get, but, like, the fact that some furries are out here, like, not just having, like, failed monogamous relationships, but able to cheat on their wives with other furries. Like, what? Bro. This is like every anti-hero male adult drama, like Mad Men or The Sopranos, but furry edition. Jay and Kay helped me formulate a plan for the next month, helping both me and Fox read books like The 7 Levels of Intimacy, taking courses like the Big 5 personality test to generate a couple's report to find the point of friction. Bro, an online quiz? Wait, isn't the Big 5 like a Jordan Peterson thing or something? Didn't he come up with that shit? If that's true, that would be so funny. How there's personality quiz usually done by like libtards to kind of like astrology for them. The intellectual types are doing a report based on like Yeah, doing their quiz based off a Jordan Peterson's meme meme quiz. I think he did. Um, that's funny. Um, okay, discuss the friction, talking to both of us every day and check in and see if things are getting better in professional couples counseling. Fox scored a 0% in empathy, meaning he had no desire to develop a capacity to understand or feel what another person is experiencing, thus my needs were never validated. J and K encouraged me to take a weekend away from the hostile home environment I was in and visit them in Canada. I learned quickly how broken my marriage really was. Get to spend time with genuine friends that offered the support structure I was missing in my life. Despite efforts, my relationship with Fox continued to deteriorate over the next few months. My focus and attention drifted further and further towards my friends rather than working on our attraction to each other. Both Fox and I invited J and K to visit us at our home for 10 days, with plans to experiment near the end of the visit with Fox's full knowledge, consent, and encouragement. As a cuckold, hold on. Despite my best, my relationship with Fox continued to deteriorate. My focus and attention further draws towards my friends rather than working on our attraction to each other. Both Fox and I invited J and K, not JFK, J and K to visit us at our home for 10 days, with plans to experiment near the end of the visit with Fox's full knowledge, consent, and encouragement as a cuckold that will not participate nor be invited behind closed doors. Wait, so she's cucking this guy with J and K? How it ended? Fox, oh god, look at this art. Fox helped prepare their arrival by drawing jade virgins and virgins, their personas, on the guest bedroom whiteboard, partially nude and flirting with each other. The idea of being a cuckold was exciting to him. Oh my god, there's cuck shit in here. There's cuck shit. What's this? What? Everything went as planned without drama or hostility. Everyone seemingly having a great time. However, Fox grew jealous of the attention I was receiving and started showing his true colors in the second week. As his efforts to flirt with Cap's Corner were rejected, this including referencing her as Miss Kate and rushing to open doors of a milady to force a front of chivalry. He's using the milady thing. Wow. That's kind of old school, actually. Fox then began to do everything in his power to get attention, even negative attention. He alternated between extremes of crying on the floor in the master bedroom closet, curled up in the fetal position, while holding a plushy version of virgins that Jason gifted me, to baking cookies and delivering them to the guest room door while myself, Jason, and Kate were engaging intimately with each other. So this guy went from like cucking the main character, cucking the MC by cheating on her with her friends and shit and other people. Because this guy was like Don Draper apparently, to being the person who gets cucked by Jason and Kate, who are the friends of the main character. And he ended up going insane by turning into like a regressing to turbo version status. So he went from Chad cheating, fucking everyone in sight, to like being the one that's cocked. This is like a Greek. This is Shakespearean. This is furry Shakespeare shit. That's amazing. I'm actually impressed at this, honestly. Like this is like a Black Mirror style plot twist. Like, what's gonna happen next? Is a robot gonna come and shoot them all? Like, after witnessing domestic verbal abuse, Jason confronted Fox in the living room and put him in his place, while Caps consoled me in the Fox. Well, Cabs consoled me in the closet of my bedroom. The closet was my hiding place when Fox became frustrated with me. Fox never had a strong father figure as his father was in prison during his... it explains so much. Oh my god. No father figure. Fatherless behavior. His father was in prison for during his upbringing for voyeurism towards minors. Amazing. Formerly by another name, Fox illegally changed his identity to his persona name and moved state to further associate from his family. His criminal history. Dude, this guy is like Don Draper. Don Draper changed his name from Dick to Don Draper because he left. What was it? He became a deserter in the Korean War. But this one is because his dad was a pedophile. Wow. He used my last name when we got married. I made up my mind quickly in that 10-day period that I no longer wanted to be married to Fox and requested space from him in the last couple of days of their visits so I could start planning how to tell him I wanted a divorce. Myself, Jay, and Kay went to visit one of my other closest friends to get their opinions on how I should approach it. While at my friend's house, our phones began to blow up with messages that Fox was having a meltdown over his whiteboard drawing being erased and replaced with one made by cabs and that I had begun to pack my things. He had been rapidly sending text messages to my friends and family that I was running away and being drugged and sex trafficked. That he was suicidal and was in serious danger of hurting himself and others. He then stole Cap's Corner's belongings that were left in our house and put them in the back of a rental car and drove to my friend's home with his gun, parking the rental car behind J&K's to box them in. But Fox has spun such a narrative of hysteria in one night that my friends broke into my home to check in on him, had the police summoned, my parents and many others all once late into the night for a grand conspiracy. This guy like made up a whole conspiracy. He brought a gun and he got cocked. I mean, this is just insane. Yeah, they shouldn't have been married in the first place. They should have maybe like tried IRL dating for a while. Maybe if things go well for a few months after IRL dating, maybe try moving in together or staying over and see how it's like. Like, this is why you take it slow before the whole marriage thing. Because this relationship was doomed from the start. And this Fox guy... Well, furries are usually mentally unstable, so this I don't know. Spock spent most of his night on his knees, groveling and emotionally compromised with the open pistol on his hip. He later denied the threats of suicide, but the messages were kept. The entire ordeal was the most traumatic night of my life, as my parents were furious to be blindsided that I was unhappy. They, like many, assumed from the surface that we were a normal, healthy married couple. Fox was crawling and vomiting on the floor and wearing my jewelry, necklace, and bracelet. When my mother went with me to pick up more of my things so I could come into the apartment, I pawned the wedding ring he gave me that he would rub and obsess over. Don't forget I brought you this for a little over $100 on the first day living by myself. Okay, so this is just... Now he's wearing the girl's jewelry and vomiting. Amazing. The cover-up. Fox will stick to a narrative that had no agency of my own, and that I was stolen property for months, quickly adopting the facade of a wholesome Christian father figure and lying about having children. Fox had little to no interest in religious beliefs prior to the divorce. Fox insisted if I did not give him a child of his own, that he will satisfy the craving by other means. We fostered a 17-year-old teenager for a few months leading up to divorce. Wait, hold on, what? Fox insisted if I don't give him a child on his own, he will satisfy the cravings by other means. We fostered a 17-year-old teenager for a few months leading up to the divorce. We never adopted her out of DHS custody and were under monthly review. She is now an adult and moved out to live with a healthier, loving family. I was not visited or contacted by her ever since. We lived together for the brief period of time. Okay, you should not adopt someone that close to 18, and I don't think it's right to adopt, especially this is a young couple. Someone who's 17 is not far off from these people like in their early 20s. It's not right. It's not right. And I'm glad this person they were trying to adopt found someone else. Found a better life. Fox will send a plethora of letters and phone calls that gradually transition from denial to threats, all of which I kept for safekeeping. Some of these threats detailed how he will never stop, will pursue me until death, and that if I leave, I'll pay dearly and he will ensure suffering would come my way. He will then tweet. Oh, this guy tweeted too. How he loved me seconds later on social media playing a sociopathic game. Fox will spend the majority of his spare time conspiring, obsessing over my life, taking over my peaceful fan Discord, hacking to my Twitch account during live streams, harassing my friends and turning the convention domain into ransomware. And I actually knew a guy like this. One of my friends had I think she was married to this guy who was obsessive and did a lot of similar stuff like this. Obviously, without the furry stuff and the vomiting and the cucking and the guns, but he did do crazy shit, and he was harassing me and the people that I knew, and was part of the reason why the feds came, because he wanted to, like, I think he thought I was some kind of like trying to steal his girl or something, or like, whatever. Or I was friends with a guy who was trying to steal his girl, but he thought I'm some kind of like conspirator or something, and I dealt with secondhand from a guy like this. The thing is, like, furries, yeah, they're abnormal. Their art is like that. They're very weird and like sex stuff. So you could say, oh, why didn't this person see the red flags from the beginning? You have to understand, both of these people are furries. They're sexual degenerates. They're into this kind of stuff. But then he's the one that took it too far and was unfaithful. And then when she decided to leave him, he went crazy. And he could have taken the opportunity to be like, okay, she leaves him. He goes off to find some other young furry to have weird sex shit with and live happily ever after. But for some reason, her leaving is what made him, like, her having the agency and leaving is what made him go crazy. Well, yeah. That's... this escalated to hopping the security fence at my apartment complex to steal a car on my birthday. Wow, he even waited to her birthday. Going as far as to break the wheel lock that I had left on despite already having a vehicle of his own. This too got the attention of security, the apartment complex, and my friends, who stormed down to complain. Oh, there's a fifth picture. The resolution. Fox did not appear for court. Oh, come on. Wait. Can I? Fox did not appear for court. Oh, the Discord messages. Hey, bud, how are you doing? What can Dad help you with today? I hate you. You're the worst dad ever, and I can't wait to get away from you. Whoa there, kiddo. This certainly isn't true. I'll move the sun and stars for you, my child. I'll do anything for you, and that goes for any of my children. I may not always be perfect, but I really do try my best every day for all of you. How about this? Why don't we sit down and talk about the problems you're having? You're my child, and I love you, and nothing can change that. So I'd really like to help with whatever's on your mind, okay? Why is this person called Foxglove, and then another Foxglove, and another Foxglove? Why are there 3 Foxgloves? Fox did not appear for court, settled digitally, did not sit in the same room for mediation. He tried to offer nothing and that he will take everything from me. But I trusted my support network that offered quickly caved in the presence of lawyers, and he settled for almost all my requests. I won the car, all my request belongings, my share of the value of the home, and compensation for the damages for stealing my property. He won the Nintendo Switch. Ladies and gentlemen, he won the Nintendo Switch. This whole thing, this entire ordeal was just for that Nintendo Switch, guys. There's always the cucks and the Switch. I have a Nintendo Switch Lite, so I'm not cucked because I have the weak. I have the weak Nintendo, the weak Nintendos, the cheap. I have the cheapest model basically. The Lite, because the cuck people are the ones that use the OG Switch. The bougie people are the ones that use the Switch OLED, the expensive one, and the based broke cells. I want to play like Zelda. Is the non-cucked, you know, I just want to play the bare minimum. I just want to do the bare minimum. Play Zelda. That's pretty much what I've just been playing. Um, and Kirby. Damages towards the convention are not a marital manner and would be a different legal procedure without me being involved since we have personal history. While it is a general rule of thumb to avoid rebounding after a breakup, I would like to emphasize just how much space J and K gave me after I moved into my own apartment. They helped me furnish it, they helped me move in and decorate it to be mine. They encouraged me to do the things I used to love doing as a child. They bought me a drawing tablet, told me to chase my dreams of becoming an artist. They polished my and that's why she ended up doing this art of the Shakespearean furry affair. They polished my Twitch stream, made it look professional, and they did 100% of this with zero string attached, solely because they wanted to see my dreams being achieved and me live. No, because she gave them great sex. Let's face it, they did all this for her because she provided these two individuals really good sex, really good weird furry sex, while the fox was watching from the cut corner. That's the reason why they did all this for you, to as a repayment for for a good time, because these furries, they got to take what they can get. Most people are repulsed or perplexed by these type of people, so they're not going to be like, oh, this is wonderful, I'm going to like hook up with this person. That's not usually how regular people react. So furries have to like furries do have a sexual marketplace, but it's like a black market, and you take what you can get in the black market. They either drove down and spent time with me in Oklahoma or flew me to Canada to see them frequently. These people have been by my side without hesitation since the moment I confided in them back in July. They had loved me in more intent and sincerity than anyone I've ever known in my entire life. I feel like I can truly be myself around them, the real me. They saved my life as I wasn't really living. They set me free to figure out who I really was. Yeah, you're going to figure out who you really are by having sex with several men until maybe one of them is worth, spending slightly more time with. Yeah, by riding the carousel. Then, for as long as they're my best friends. As of speaking, Fox has been spending his time post-divorce role-playing with himself, training AI, and uploading the results of his new Foxglove relationship development on social media, having burned bridges with all our network friends. Fox refers to me by my pet's names like Hun to this day. Oh, her pet name, like Hun. Okay. I hope he can find happiness and find the Lily he is searching for, that he can move on from harassing myself, the charity, and my friends. This guy ends up role-playing as like his family. I mean, this is insanity, right? Don't you think this is like a little cuckoo? A little insane? Isn't this a little insane? Is it just me, or is it getting insane in here? Is it getting a little... Even if the story is true, you seriously have to run to the most infamous member of the fandom to support Jason FX, who groomed Cabs when she was 13, had her voice in non-safe for acting at 16. Wait, what? Who's Jason? Wait. Hold on. There's more to this? No. God damn it. Twitter! I'm trying to zoom in. Okay, Jason and Kate. Okay, Jason and Kate are the people that saved her. But then here saying Jason is Jason FX, who groomed this person named Cabs when she was 13. So the heroes of the story are like weirdos as well who groom kids. And that's I think that I was right that they had that second motive. The reason they helped this person was because they were offered sex. Take help where it comes from. Jason gave me a job after spending 2.5 years of plan to work everywhere on the goddamn planet and being rejected. So I became lead developer for 2 years. Jason helped me through a rough point mentally and supported me and improving my art. So he's a nice guy, but he also grooms 13-year-olds. And then he gets them to act in hentai at 15 years old. Well, that's... Yeah, so the plot twist here is that the people that saved this Peace Wolf person, um, and they do help people in the community, but they also have dark secrets like grooming children and having teenagers do sex voice acting for them. This is this is like insane. Really? I was just gonna end it with like, oh, a happy ending, but like it turns out the people helping her, or at least one of the guys, is a little bit of a sicko. A little bit of, well, these people see, this is why I used to make fun of these furry people back in the day, and not only that they never improved since I made fun of them. They actually actively gotten worse than the last time I made fun of them back in the, I think 2015 or something. When I used to do videos making fun of these people, and they somehow gotten worse. Because I remember back then they were just kind of cringy art and weird stuff, but now you get to see a look into their personal lives, and it's like pure degeneracy. This is not good. These people. So that's the great furry divorce of 2023. My thoughts is, again, everything seemed fine at first. The art was a little weird. The art he drew of the pregnant stuff or whatever, but that's just like fantasy of like, having a family and drawing that. And there was still the one of the pictures was wholesome, like the fox with the family, but then he just cheated on her and was very emotionally unavailable and had weird fetish shit, and then like was abusive. And now he's role playing with himself instead of finding bitches. You're free from this girl now. You can do whatever the hell you want. And I don't know, because like he's not really incel, because he was bagging bitches throughout this ordeal. He was fucking other women, but then he's finally free to fuck other women without having to worry about being behind his wife's back. And he resorts to doing nothing but jacking off in some Discord server. That's the part that perplexes me. That when men have the freedom after a divorce, and they, instead of doing what they were doing before, which is like having sex with random people, now you resort to like crippling loneliness. Like, what was different from before? Or maybe women are attracted to men that are in relationships, and that's what made them appealing in the first place. And now that you're not in this relationship, you can't have the same sex life you had before. Or is that he feels so broken after this event that he can't even talk to chicks anymore? Who knows? Well, that's it.